Hello, Sir David the Bard. And I don't know how many times I've told you, I just hate to go out that front door. I know there's a lineup of assholes who are going to just hassle the shit out of me every time I open that door. I told you before I'm going to have a t-shirt made up that says, I meet assholes all day long. Please don't be the next one. Well, I go out my door today with my wife, and we start down, or well, we live in a basement, but we like to climb into heaven. So we start down the staircase, and the bitch showed up. Now the bitch is the lady that lives in the Kangaroo City basement apartments that we live in. That's just right across the hall. Now, when we first moved in, the bitch had her house up for sale. And there was a realtor there at an open house, and the whole thing, I guess, was going good for her. And we showed up and started moving in, and three of us had brown skin. Well, this lady is an old Relief Society president, and she says to herself, holy shit, I'm never going to be able to sell my place because it's across from the dark-skinned people. And so I just ignored her. You know, the Bard, I told you, I'm very kind for 15 minutes. After that, you're on your own. So the next morning I wake up, and I had drawn the drapes up in the kitchen so I could see the kangaroos in the morning. I love it when they come to the window and I can feed them right there and they jump up and down and everything. Well, there's this big ugly note handwritten on my window, and it said, shut your window. I go, who wrote that, I wonder? So I know it's the bitch. So anyway, I write to the homeowners Kangaroo City Association, and I said, hey, the bitch is putting shit on my window. Would you please ask her to get back in the bubble? When the Mormons get outside the bubble, they have no rules. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. So anyway, while the association was writing her a letter, which they did, and the Bard was right, I posted in my window, now not on her window, but in my window, where all the people were walking through to preview her home, don't buy these homes. They're owned by old, hateful people who hate children. God, it wasn't 24 hours, and I get a letter from the Kangaroo Association, and it was delivered by hand by a little baby kangaroo, because I know I don't open the door to big kangaroos. So anyway, the letter said, would you please not put your signs up, and we have informed your bitch neighbor. Keep her hands off your window. Well, that started off a good relationship. The first day we were moving in, well, I tried to ignore, you know, I have 2 kids, and kids can be a little noisy sometimes coming up a staircase if they've got 4 or 5 friends with them. And we have automatic closers on our doors, and if you don't hold them, the door slams. And so she came over and she said, not in a nice way, your kids are too noisy coming up the staircase and they're slamming the doors. And I said, well, I'll certainly notify my children not to slam the doors. We want to be good little kangaroos here. And I'll tell them to be quiet coming up the staircase. But damn it, if they come up with 5 other families, I'm not in charge of those children. Go tell their parents they're jumping up on the rails and, you know, diving off of the 3rd or 4th floor. That isn't my concern. Well, she was upset that I wasn't going to be in charge of the neighborhood. So anyway, that got you know, that's 2 strikes. Well, the lady downstairs below us, she's a hoarder. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a hoarder's house. I've been in 2. And I'm telling you, they'll catch fire. They'll catch fire. When you've got newspapers in the refrigerator by the motors, and you've got, you know, wires that have 18 spiders in them, and you're plugged into all of them, a hoarder can be a very dangerous neighbor. Well, here in the basement apartment, down one more floor into the basement, we have the fat lady. Now, is there anyone decent here? Yes. In Australia, there are some decent people. They're not Mormons. None of them that are Mormons are decent. So the fat lady, when we first moved in, she was telling me about a problem she was having, a leak by her fireplace. And I said, well, it can't possibly be from our basement apartment, because our fireplace has no water over there on that side of the building. I said, I'd be happy to come in and look at it and see if I can make a recommendation. Oh, no, you can't come in my house. I got suspicious. I go, well, why? Are there dead bodies laying in there? Well, anyway, I saw the Relief Society sisters come and try to visit her, and she'll crack the door open a half an inch, but she won't let anybody in that house. Well, then the other day we had a plumber that caused a little bit of a leak, and she came upstairs and said, I hear a leak. And I said, well, I'll take a look at it. Could you take a picture of where it's coming from, or can we come in and take a picture? No, you can't come in my place. I go, Jesus, what is Jesus in there naked? I don't know. So she went and took the picture so I could prove there was no damage. That's what I was doing. Because I know these Mormons, if they smell $5,000 from an insurance company, hold your breath, there goes your money. So anyway, the hoarder, I've kind of disassociated myself with, and I was coming up the staircase, or down the staircase, but sometimes I have to go up it to get the hell out of the apartment, or the basement apartment. And damn kangaroos are jumping everywhere. We got kangaroo shit all over the staircase. I got to talk to the management. Anyway, the fat lady was passing me down the staircase, and she said, hello, Bard. I'm not a rude person, and I'm not a cruel, and I'm not a vengeful person. That shit doesn't interest me at all. But when you screw with me, or you screw with my kids, you have an enemy. You have an enemy. Well, if you're not a member of the Mormon Church, the Mormons consider you an enemy anyway. You're of the world, and in the world, and the world up your butt. I don't know, that the old saying that was there. But anyway, the fat lady said to me, I wanted to tell you something. I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, you belong to a cult. You can't say a positive thing. You don't know how to have fun or loud laughter, and you're a shitty neighbor. So I started up the staircase again, and she says, well, it was something good. I said, I don't want to hear anything good from you. It has no weight. It has no weight. I feel good about myself. I don't need you telling me something good about myself. I know a lot of good things about me. Don't talk to me. So she goes down this staircase. Well, here's the one that started the video. I go out the door today, and I'm starting down into the third or fourth basement apartment, and I see the bitch from across the way, and she's coming up the staircase. Now, she's going to have to pass me and my wife, and we're apostates, and some of us have brown skins. So we started down the staircase, and she gives herself away because she always has her key out because she's afraid someone's going to rape her. She would never be that lucky, believe me. So I knew she was going into her apartment. Well, she sees us coming down, and she quickly turns, and she goes another direction out by the cars in the parking lot. So we didn't do anything. We just went out to our car, and she saw us getting in our car, and I know people. I know these damn Mormons. They say they don't shun. My ass, they shun. So I backed out like I was leaving, and she darted around the corner. Well, I knew it was going to take her 30 or 45 seconds to get back to the staircase. I just sat there. Sure enough, here she comes up the staircase to go to her place, and she didn't have to pass us, but she had to look at me watching her going up there. So don't tell me the Mormons don't shun. Bullshit. Bullshit. They'll walk around brown people, black people, and they hate brown and black. That's just all there is to it. They'll smile and pat you on the back and then stab you in the back. when they're selling their place, and they want you to close the curtains so the new people can't see the brown people across the way. So anyway, I just thought I would give you direct evidence. I don't like to go out that door every day. I will see the fat lady, or I will see the bitch. And if I don't, there's plenty others out there that seem to go, hey, here comes David, let's get him. So anyway, Sir David the Bard is telling you the Mormon shun. I have seen it. I have heard it. And I'm telling you something. You know, when they are discriminatory against my brown-skinned children and my wife, this is not my first rodeo. I'll say something. Thanks.